Hello and welcome to Beyond the Rift, where we'll be talking about Smite, the new god Thor, some esports news, and various other things. I'm your host, Demon Machine. This
Rebel
is my
Zero.
Rebel. And joining us today is Alakite on the left, Fixie on the right here.
Yo!
And from Reason Gaming, we have Lacease in the top left corner, HoG in the top right corner.
Yes, they are part of the newly formed Reason Gaming stream team.
Yes.
Which is what I lovingly call them. They are the stream team.
Yes, Fixie's camera is locked up, but that's beside the point.
Yep.
I'm fixing it.
It happens.
There we go. And then also joining us in the background is Duke. He will be like the voice of God joining us from beyond.
Aw, Duke has like a pretty full picture of his family.
He does.
Gross.
He does. I'll squeeze that in there. Anyway. So,
Look at Hero, because I want it
What?
that
What
way.
are you trying to
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
That's instant jelly.
nice. All right. So, as the first question is, was this all the patch notes? We got those preliminary patch notes, and we never saw any other like official patch notes.
Was it the same?
Is the preliminary patch notes the same as all patch note? Duke.
Not always. I mean, sometimes there's other stuff that's just not on the, just not there yet. That may be it for this week, though. So,
All right.
Okay.
just because there's some other things that they wanted to get done, but
You
you know,
got it.
packs and stuff like that just kind of got in the way. So,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
PAX was a big.
got in the way by adding thousands of players and stuff like that. So we're okay with that kind of getting in the way.
Heck
yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yep.
I agree. How was PAX?
Yeah,
Went well
for you guys
went well.
who went.
I wasn't trying to deflect there.
Oh no problem. It was just,
I was just-
like how was traveling and all that
Sorry.
fun stuff for the.
Yeah, it went really well. Lots of fun Smite matches. I had a little bit of difficulty with streaming toward the end just because some of our hardware failed. We had extraneous hardware in this massive streaming computer that we were using. 32 gigs of RAM.
Wow.
Just nasty i7 processor and crazy motherboard and all this stuff. So we're like, well, we've got all these slots. Why don't we fill them? And some of the stuff that we never even used actually failed and started causing trouble with our streaming. So
That's awesome.
fun times. So
That sucks.
great.
yeah. But that's what started happening there at the end. If anybody was watching when we started having some trouble, basically we had a capture card that wasn't even in use, but it apparently wanted to be so much that it started, just eating the computer from the inside out. So
It's like an
Nice.
apple, dude. It just turns off no matter what, even if you don't want it to. That's awesome. Facts.
with no warning.
Yes.
That's what my Mac normally does. So anyway,
Cool. Well, we want to jump right into the.
so it went well. Besides that,
How many new players y'all get?
I have no idea.
Fine.
It's a large number though.
Like
all I
thousands?
got.
You think?
Yeah, thousands.
Last time I looked at the numbers,
That's
it
what's
was
up, man.
up in the
Probably tens of
600s.
thousands, I would say.
Yeah.
Mother of
Where's
God.
Looking for
So-
group heck.
Yeah. So, but before we jump into the patch notes, I just want to say something. Why
Go ahead.
did you guys decide to put the Looking for Group channel as your default view channel when you join? Why?
that's fixed.
Why?
It's fixed in the next patch. So
Yeah.
'Cause I saw that, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. So that's been fixed now. Anyway.
As soon as I saw it in the patch notes, I ran to some for the last patch. I ran and said, "This is bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that." And no one believed me. And then you see what
Yeah.
Now they will listen to the Duke.
yeah,
good.
nah, doubtful.
Yeah.
Dumb.
But whatever. Yeah. So that's how that went down.
Cool. So
Apologies to the
you done?
community channel.
Uh-oh.
All right. So,
Did we just
Out a little bit. But that's okay. So we want to jump in
What
right
happened?
into the
What
esports
happened?
chat.
Did I break?
esports. What has been new this Sunday? What
I'm going
happened?
to keep talking over you.
All right, that's fine. We can mute you.
We'll just hang up on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so Fixie, tell us all about this Reason Gaming team since it's your baby.
Yes.
I've been working with a company who's now called R&R Esports, and we recently obtained Reason Gaming, and we decided that since we already had the best Counter-Strike Source team in the world and the best Call of Duty team in the world, that we might as well have the best Smite team in the world. So I went to Drew and I went to Hero and I started talking to them, and we were in discussion, and we decided to pick them up for Reason Gaming's official North American Smite team, which is neat in multiple ways. One, it's Reason Gaming's first foray into the United States esports arena. Everything thus far has been in the UK. So we figured, since Smite is going to be the next amazing game up on the pedestal in the limelight where everyone can see it, we might as well pick up a team for it now while it's in beta and show people how amazing this can be with some amazing players.
I agree.
Awesome.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
So, so
Give us the lineup
lineup.
this team.
We know we have Lassis
and Hero GG.
Hero GG.
Yep. We've also got a Wolfie, competitive online. You gues might know his stream. Wolfie is a very good player. We've got Kia Drell as well. Kia Drell is another very good player. And we have somebody else.
You can't forget the watermelon.
Matty Pocket.
Matty Pocket. I haven't seen him in the last couple of days, so
It's a standing
and Matty
watermelon.
Pocket. So we've got a man mode, we've got a watermelon eater, we've got a person who should be a lead singer in a boy band. We have somebody who laughs so hard you can't help but laughing. It's a pretty good lineup. And somebody with a Canadian accent. So we have every base covered with this roster.
Very nice.
It's exciting.
Cool. Frenchie
Frenchie.
is what he says. Kia Drill. Anyway, so that sounds great. How long until we get some scrims between North America and Reason Gaming?
Well, there's been one unofficial one.
Great.
Whenever BLG, NA, or EU wants to scrim, I'd be happy to be liaison between the two, because we obviously already have an amazing relationship with BLG, so we want to continue that. And I think scrimming with the best team in the world and the next best team in the world would be a good thing for the community.
Yeah, I like how you don't specify which ones those are.
Right. See, I'm not a bad guy.
So, speaking of like teams and stuff like that, what happened in this tournament this weekend? Did anybody who watched that? Because I did.
I watched the hell out of that tournament.
Alakai, do you want to tell us about the tournament? Since
Yeah,
you're
Too busy
Alakai,
playing, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Too busy poning mid, dude.
Yeah, let Alakai give us the
was
lowdown.
surprisingly good mid. I didn't think I was going to do that well. But yeah, Esports Network tournament. There were about 16 teams, though. There were like 5 dropouts in the first round or something like that. But yeah, 16 teams. Some notable teams like ESG, Agni Mid, EU, NNA, BLG teams. Play for Fun, which is Spoo's team. Some fun teams. It was pretty fun game, or pretty fun games. We ended up getting second against Team Agni Mid. We beat both BLG, EU, and Play for Fun to get there. I don't know. That's I guess it. The few games were fun. We got casted by Duke and I think, I don't know, whoever was casting at PAX.
Yeah,
on the big screen for the last game. So awesome tournament.
Bart
We did pretty well.
Bart.
It was fun.
Wow.
Yeah, you
That's
got
cool.
casted by Bart.
What?
It was Bart.
They got
Bart.
they got
Yeah, it
casted
was
by Bart.
Alakai, restart your webcam when you get a chance to.
Oh, okay.
It was fun to watch. I wish we would have had spectator mode for that, so I could have given some colorful commentary, insightful, intelligent commentary. But I think we'll get there eventually. I think the next big thing for us is spectator mode.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
So we've been watching previews of spectator mode, for the past week or so on the HiRez stream. How's the progress on that?
I mean, you guys are like
Dude.
showing it off every other day, so you gotta, is that being more to the forefront of what's getting done now?
Duke.
I can't really tell you. Drew, what?
Sorry, Haley wrote that for me.
Oh, okay.
Turn your phone call.
Good notes. Yeah, I can't really say, not because I don't want to, but because I don't really know. We got pushed behind on the characters. By the way, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
You sound good.
Fine. Just checking. Yeah, I do sound good. Anyway,
Oh, baby.
so yeah, I'm not really sure. I know you guys hate hearing that, and I hate giving that answer, but that's just the honest truth. So
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
obviously we're trying to show it off a lot, but it does still need a lot of UI work.
Yes, it does.
Sooner in Cadbury. Well, I mean, you guys are you guys are seeing it sans UI. We've got the UI turned off.
Yeah.
Sooner and Cadbury saw it with it, and you know, there's lots of information there, but it's just not presented well, and there's nothing that's telling you how to do anything. And so we'd rather you actually know how to use it than have to use some offline or some web guide to try to figure out how to use it. So
Yeah.
a lot of that type of stuff needs to be there before they're going to feel comfortable with putting it out.
Yeah, and if there was a web guide, you'd be able to find it on BL Gaming.
Oh, of course.
That's
Why
right.
wouldn't you?
Okay. So
I have a quick question.
What's that?
Very important, by the way, to the game. I look in these patch notes, and I have not seen Fatalis get a nerf.
yeah, especially on Hades.
God. Just take it out of the game.
I wasn't even trolling.
Just take it out of the game. It's so fun. Speaking of patch notes, I heard we have some.
Yes,
We do?
Yes, we have some patch notes, and they include a new god, Thor.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Fixie. You got
Okay.
it.
All right,
One
okay.
sec, I'm gonna
Fixie,
one
this
second.
is,
I need to remove Lassus from my Twitter. One second.
Bring up the video to show.
I'm just gonna go.
It's Fixie patch note time.
All right, so
Oh God.
I guess we'll just start with the new god, Thor. Now, this god has names. What he's going to be known as in game is Thor. His other names are Why the hell am I in this game? Oh my God, you can never kill me. Look at me, I'm flying. Wee! And Superman. So you can talk about whatever you want, but for the sake of agreement tonight, we'll call him Thor. Now, his passive, which is that's what I call it. Thor gains 20 physical power for each enemy god within 30 feet of him. Stacks 3 times. So, if he's in a team fight, he's got 60 more physical power. Majolinor, Mary Magdalene's attunement. Thor throws Mary Magdalene forward, doing damage plus 30% of your physical power. It does physical damage to all enemies in its path outward and half that damage on its way back, not twice the damage that Bart said. Enemy gods hit by the throw take double damage if it hit on the return.
It's
So
Mjolnir.
dejected.
It's Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Wait, physical damage to all enemies in its path outward, half the damage on its way back.
So it's like you
Except
can't
for
clear
gods.
minions, but you
Okay, it does double damage to gods. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Double damage to gods on the way back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay. So the cooldown is 14 seconds. Tectonic Rift. The Thor slams his hammer on the ground. He creates a barrier that you can't run by. It slows enemies as well by percentage for 3 seconds. 1 second after the slam, spikes erupt from the fissure, causing blocking movement for 4 seconds. You can't run past it. Okay.
Right.
Berserk Barrage. You spin and you deal damage. 25% plus 25% of your physical power. It's 0.4 seconds for 2 seconds. Physical damage every 0.4 seconds for 2 seconds. Okay. Thor is immune to knock-up and slows for the duration. What about freezes? What about straight stuns?
Nope.
Not duration of stun. Okay.
Nope, only what it says there, so he can still be stunned out of it.
Gotcha. Cooldown is 13 seconds. Anvil of Dawn. Let me put this in a little nutshell for you. Thor jumps into the air where he cannot be touched for 4 seconds. After that, he goes anywhere, almost anywhere on the map he wants, and stuns people. And if he does this into a team fight, he has 60 extra physical power, and everyone around him is stunned. And he does his Berserker Barrage and types VTTT for taunt over and over and over until everyone's dead.
Nice.
That is our new god. He has 2 skins, Heavy Metal and Righteous Hammer.
I love heavy
funny.
metal.
It's so funny because you haven't played him, so you're going straight off the numbers on his.
Or the video. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like to say that's what you said before Guan Yu
Look,
came
I'm
out.
sorry.
And then Guan Yu came out and
There is no way. There is no way this god is not overpowered. I have
Hang
never
on.
called a god OP ever.
Wait. So yeah, with Guan Yu, I said that, but then the numbers changed before he went out the door from what I had seen the last time. So
Ah,
for
there's
what
a
that's
cop-out.
worth.
Yep.
I see.
With Thor, as far as I know, numbers aren't changing, and you're looking at the raw numbers on his abilities or skills, whatever we call them this week, and his base numbers. When you see those, you'll be like, huh.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, his base numbers aren't that amazing. It's mostly his ultimate, and some of the other things are really nice, but they're not amazing. But
one thing I wanted to
his
say about
passive's really good early game. You do not want to gang up on him.
You say
or
that.
You will be annihilated.
But we'll see.
One thing I wanted to say about his ultimate was that he can go anywhere on the map, but the farther away you get from him, the harder it's going to be to pinpoint exactly where he lands. Because as you see when you scroll out, you can see
Trees
the
are in
team
the way.
fight, and you can see your little pillar thing, and you're like, I'm sort of around there. And so if you try to go halfway across the map, you might miss them completely by the time you get there.
All right, let's look at this in a scenario fashion. Okay, so I know the jungle's changed. That's fine. There's still going to be early game confrontations in the jungle. There's no way around that at all. But if there's 3 people going to a buff to try and get it early, let's just assume that's still going to happen. And Thor is there, and then somebody on your team with Thor freezes those 3 people or traps those 3 people, and then Thor goes in there. He has 60 extra physical damage at a level 1 fight. That does not seem right.
Don't invade a Thor.
Don't invade a Thor. So jungling is no longer viable if you have a Thor on your team. You can't initiate confrontations at a jungle buff at level 1 with a Thor on your team. I don't know. Look. If I'm wrong tomorrow, you can say Fixie, you're wrong. But this just seems way out of line. This does not seem right. I don't see the synergy with other guys. I don't see the balance with other guys. It just seems way out of right field, and I'm kind of butthurt about it. I'm worried. I'm worried about Thor.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not worried about anything but that passive. I mean, when I saw the ult, I was like, oh my gosh, this ult is freaking awesome because, you know, flying up in the sky is awesome. But then the passive, I was like, 60 free damage, and it can be used at level 1. This doesn't seem balanced with Creeping Curse.
Drew, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Lessies?
Oh, my God. Where do I start?
Hey, hang on a second.
Beginning.
Let me throw in here.
Sure.
Hang on a second. Can you guys even hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
dropped.
we hear you fine, man.
Oh, wait, I also want to ask, is it bonus AD or does it count on his base AD?
I think he's going to explain that in a second.
I think it's bonus. No, what I was about to say is, what's weird, Fixie, is everything you just ranted on. You ranted on like it was level 1 for everybody but Thor, and he was level 5.
How?
What?
Because Thor can just show up and kill everybody.
No, that's not. I was talking about a level 1 confrontation in the jungle. I used that specific scenario.
He's talking about the passive.
Actually, I think I heard the fly-in too, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Oh well,
Sorry.
sorry. I did use a specific scenario at a level 1 forest confrontation.
Well, I know.
Ignore
But
the
that's what I'm
fly-in
saying.
part.
It just sounded like everyone's level 1 but Thor, who has magically become level 5.
No.
Because he is Thor, the god of thunder.
Ignore the fly-in. Ignore the fly-in part. Everybody at level 1, my argument is still viable. Like I didn't mean to say fly-in. I apologize. I don't even remember saying it.
What if he's squishy? I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
What if he? So what if
he
squishy?
requires items to have any protection whatsoever? Just throwing that out there.
At level 1, nobody has items with any protection.
No, but what if
No
he
one really
needs
goes
to have
protection.
items to have protection?
What if he's like extremely squishy, like a magic user is at level 1 with nothing?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he necessarily is. I'm just saying in a 1v1 brawl with any other physical, I don't know that he wins. I could be wrong, but I just haven't seen it. I mean, yeah, we're bad in studio, but I haven't seen evidence that I haven't seen evidence that he wins that fight with pretty much anyone, unless you've just got super skilled player on Thor and super scrub player on any other physical in the game.
Well, Thor has 551 HP at level 1, which is higher base HP than all the mages except for Ymir, if you want to count him.
Yeah, I didn't say he had.
mage.
I didn't say he had mage HP.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
You know what? We'll find out. We'll find all this out tomorrow.
Are we getting this patch at like midnight, or is it like tomorrow at 4 or 5 a.m.?
I have no idea when it's ready. Basically,
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
So what were you going
All
to say,
right.
Lassies?
Lassis and then Hero will give us their opinions.
go ahead, last.
Well,
Bad mode.
I gotta say, I really look forward to playing this god in mid.
Mm-hmm.
Mid or feed. But as far as watching him today, he didn't seem like he was that terribly imbalanced. He seemed like a pretty good addition to the game. The only thing I was worried about was, me. You know me and my fear of being ganked mid, like, all the time. I mean, it just happens. Like I said, 12 people magically pop out of nowhere. Just scary. So now when I have a freaking random Thor popping in, flying out of the air, stunning me, I'm a little more scared now. I have to play a little more passive. But that, aside from his ulti, I think all of the other skills are pretty dang cool. I like the Earthshaker, like Mimic, from Dota, how you can block off people, etc., and slows people. And then that, as everybody else worries about, is his passive. If there is a level 1 confrontation, not 1v1, but if it's like 3v3 or something else, that 60 extra damage is like almost a miniature Heartseeker. It's just like, holy poop. So, but, I mean, it's just scary because if we land a good barrage at level 1, I'm sorry, not a barrage, a good tectonic rift, it's called, or something, and someone gets a good slow, man, that person's just gonna explode, especially if it's a mage. So that's the only thing I worry about. Is his passive. It's a little strong, maybe take it down to 40 or something, or 30. I don't know.
Or have it scale with level or something.
Yes, scale with level would also be good. That's a good idea.
Because then it'd still be useful late game. Because 60 AD at the beginning is way different than 60 AD at level 20. I mean, it's still 60 AD, but
Yeah, but overall, I really like the guy. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's not necessarily global ulti, but it's kind of you can see everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good new little addition to the game that I'm very interested in.
4 seconds of immunity too on that ult. 4 full seconds of immunity.
plus his fly time.
Well, no, it's 4 seconds including the fly time.
Oh, okay. Is fly down is included in the 4 seconds?
I don't know. I think Duke. Duke, did you? Are you still there? I think we lost Duke.
Oh, well.
We scared him away. I mean, he's
probably doing something. So I want to get Hero GG's opinion. Hero, go.
Where do I start? Okay, numbers, they look deceiving on paper, to be honest. I'm just waiting to actually play him in game because I can't really comment on this. But it's true what Pixie says is that level 1 fights, a 3v3 in the jungle, if you're going to contest, then you're probably going to lose to the Thor just because he gets that buff. The god in general, he brings something so new that I've never seen before introduced, like going up into the air and just clashing down on anyone, I guess, within a certain range. I think it's very cool, but at the same time, you can literally just it almost seems like you can just hide in Fire Giant or something, go up in the air, and just clash down on middle, like your fucking boss. I don't know. I think it's imbalanced in a way, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Did anybody see him ultimate out of something that's enclosed, like Fire Giant or Fountain?
No. He avoids collision.
Okay, so he'll go through
I guess
those.
I'm back now. For some reason, Sky keeps dropping. I don't know.
Oh, that sucks.
So he will just go through the mountain, Fire Giant, that kind of thing?
Yeah, the only collision he worries about is when you're trying to place the ground target, just like a leap or something like that, or anything that you're placing on the ground. That has to be a valid location for you to land.
Can he leap into somewhere that he doesn't have visuals? Like, does he need to have that area explored? Like, so say in the jungle, does he need to have like a ward there for him to jump, or can he just kind of go?
No, I mean, because we don't really have any kind of limitation like that.
Dude,
you can see all the way down
range.
It's
cool. Did you have any other things on that, Hero?
What is his range on his ult? Like, can we have an estimate? Can he
go from one
maybe
lane
I
to another?
over-exaggerated it from left lane into middle, or is it heartbeat to middle?
We lost him again.
Or is it like your Minotaur to their Minotaur?
I think it's 2 raw ulti, tower to tower. So yeah, almost 2 full raw ultis.
Dang.
Seems reasonable though.
But yeah, I don't know. Like let's see, it said
200. It's 200 units.
200 units.
Yeah, apparently my internet is blinking out. Apparently Thursday night is the night for my internet to go down. So.
Thirsty Thursdays, bro.
Of course.
It's
That's
Thor's
gonna be
days.
he's gonna be a monster solo queuer though. I mean, you can gank anywhere you want from halfway across the map, and they can't really know what's coming.
It's like Odin on crack.
Yeah.
the trick, well, shouldn't he be?
Odin's
Anyway.
already on crack.
Yeah, I like the
Touche.
change. I like the change to
Whoa.
Odin. It worked out really well so far in all the games that I've played and all the stuff I've heard from the last patch.
Thank you, Random.
Yeah, no problem. Why are they talking about Odin? Throw that in there.
Honestly, real quick, can you guys still hear me?
Yes,
yes, you
sir.
can.
All right. I'm sorry I keep asking that. It's annoying, I know, but my internet just keeps blinking, so I'll try to talk fast, which is bad because I can't. It just makes me stop thinking if I try to talk fast because now I'm thinking about talking fast.
Gotcha. So
No. So anyway, the trick, everybody's like, man, it's gonna be Master Ganker. It's like it's a 1 second stun from the time you land, and there's still that that little global cooldown that everybody feels on everything.
Mhm.
So it's not like you land and you instantly destroy everything. So, and by the time you fire off a skill, they're probably unstunned already. Like I had the hardest time taking down Agni in that match that I played earlier because I would come down and stun him, and I'd try to spin to win, and he'd dash out.
Yeah.
And it's like what do now? So
Also, I can
and
only
then
imagine.
he's long gone at that point. So.
Yeah, I can only imagine how hard it is to get your bearings that quick as soon as you land. Because I mean, you're going from one very different area to another in a tenth of a second, and so it's like I have to figure out where everybody is really fast. Compared to where I am right now.
Well, it's really tricky. I mean, you've got vision on them before you get there, but if someone, is sneaky enough or, they're covered up by trees or something like that, then you go into a situation where you think there's one person and there's three.
Ah, so can
And
they
line of sight is
it
still-
can get really hairy really fast.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah,
line
and
of
then
sight
you
is
just
still
get the buff and you
based
instantly kill everyone because they can't attack you, right? Come on.
spin the win.
Yeah. Cool. So any other comments or questions on Thor?
I could go all night, but I think I'll let it go.
Yeah, and you guys
Like-
can check out the full patch notes at blgaming.com. And
we have them on the front page.
they're right on the front page. Just click on the picture, and it's all pretty and formatted nicely with colors and stuff.
Yes, I tried to make it pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, so then we'll move on.
yeah. We'll move on to the
We
patch
have-
notes.
We
Yeah,
got a
the
lot
rest
of
of them.
notes here. I don't know. Yes, we'll just keep going. So you guys remember
It's a small patch.
Oh, it's a good patch.
It's a
though,
good patch,
besides
yeah, I
Thor.
like it.
I like it.
Besides new character, it's bad.
I love new characters, but not one that's gonna dominate every game he's in. Like it's just. Well, just no. I know we don't have to.
Are you
like,
kidding? It's going to be so easy with all those people
gonna
who
be
think
funny.
they're going to be really good at changing perspective really fast from up in the air to down. They're going to stun, and by the time they figure out what's going on, you're going to be able to
Run away.
do some really horrible things to people until they all figure it out. It's going to be fun.
He may pop stomp. I can't see him doing anything besides support and truly competitive play.
Thor.
Yes. If you guys are actually as competitive as you say you are,
Ouch.
I can't see.
Ooh.
Ouch.
I can't see him being more than support, and this is from me and Bart just talking about it. So
I love you guys. Like I'm the biggest advocate of Smite, like in all of the community. I talk this game up to random strangers in elevators. I love this game to no ends. But I'm telling you, Thor is going to need a rework in 1 week. He is blatantly overpowered. And that's not an opinion. His numbers on his abilities are just wrong. His passive is just wrong. His ultimate, cool, he can move around the map, but that ultimate with his passive is just wrong. It's just going to be way too much at once.
He might be
All
a
right.
good assassin
Yeah, maybe
early
good
game.
Well, yeah, I mean, once he has ult, it's basically, we can't really overextend or else Thor comes and
Rapes
destroys
us.
my lane. Unless you're like 2 lanes away from him. But if you're like mid or something, you can't really try and overextend or else it's like, I'm dead because Thor just ulted on my face.
Or trying
And
to gank
I-
him in his own lane.
I'm really not. I'm trying really hard not to come across as a jerk. I know I am. I just want to get this point driven home. It's really important to me that we get these gods right because we have to play the game. We need to make this game grow. But if we have gods just walk into a game and make everyone not want to play it, it's not fun for people anymore. And Thor is going to be one of those gods.
Well, you're like an advocate. Let me throw this out there. You're like an advocate for, hey, Cupid's okay, but he's, doing everything that you just said.
He's not though. You can dodge.
I guess he is.
You can dodge a Cupid 1. You can't run and do a 3v1. Maybe kill one person and just ult out of there. You know what I mean? It's like Cupid has great utility. He's got a great package, but you can dodge his 1. You can run away from his ult. If you play against a Cupid right, there's no way he should be killing you over and over and over again. His 1 is easily dodgeable, and his ult is nothing to be feared. But when you got the passive on Thor and his ability to just get in and get out whenever he wants to, that's something that's super scary.
Oh, Fixie, you might want to stop and redo your video. You're frozen in a very unfortunate position.
Derp.
Okay, so that's not just me. Cool. I thought that was my internet again.
Hey, I see a ton of people typing saying, "Yo, Thor's not gonna be able to be killed. He's got the easiest escape because of his ulti." You know, it's like, I don't know. When I was watching the guy today, the guy doesn't necessarily have much of an escape outside of his ulti.
Yeah, he really doesn't have
Your
anything.
ulti, you're not getting away unless you're going spin to win mode. But there's several characters with already like stuff that makes you immune to you know, and they still don't get away. It's just
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Is if you use it to get in, you can't use it to get out.
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So you use it to get in. You got your 1 second stun. That by the time you could do anything else, everyone's out of it. And it's like, and by the way, they could have gotten out of it before you even got there because there's a tell before you even get there.
Oh,
So
no.
it's
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What kind of tell?
Is there a large hammer on the floor
Just
when
throwing
you
it out there.
see it?
What's that?
Is there a large hammer on the ground when he goes
No,
to...
there's a big lightning field with a circle around it.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
saw that. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
How long would you say that you have to notice it? Like maybe a second, if that, or under? 25?
Maybe not quite a second, but anyone with the leap could get out of it easily. With
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying is it's not as. I mean, it looks strong just because it looks strong. It looks, it's animated well, but
And he's carrying around an engine
when
block.
you see it in practice, it's yeah, we'll see. I get what you're saying, Fixie, because you're looking at the numbers and the mechanics and everything, but we'll see.
It's the mobility. It's the mobility, not the stun. Like that. That's just a lot of mobility for one god.
But he
It's not
uses
that
it
much
once
mobility,
every
though.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a minute.
That's it.
That's a minute and a half, though. I mean, if it was a 45-minute cooldown, I could agree with that. But 90 seconds.
For 90 seconds. Because he used
Then he would be useless.
that's my thing. He's like he used it, and then he died because he missed or something like that. I mean, it's like it's the risk versus reward is pretty much spot on as far as I can tell, because it doesn't hit that hard, but you've got to just nail it, or now you're just bait for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there's Art.
We'll see.
We'll see tomorrow. Like I have a 24-hour charity marathon tomorrow, so we will see lots tomorrow. Moving on.
Yes.
Moving on.
There's still
I like moving on for the first thing on the patch notes that isn't Thor. Something I like and a lot of players have asked to be incorporated is at least one Phoenix must be down in order to attack the Minotaur.
I thought that was already
Nope.
feature.
This is permanent. So it used to be you had to kill all the kill a Phoenix to get the Minotaur, and then when they all came back, you could still attack the Minotaur just fine. That has been changed. So now, if all the Phoenixes are up, you can't attack the Minotaur unless you were already attacking him when they came up, and then when he resets, he becomes immune again. I like that. It basically prevents people from going in and ninjaing him.
Yeah.
If he's at if you're coming back, you got all your towers back up, and you're starting to push, and then one guy goes in there and solos him real fast.
Yeah.
It's basically what it stops.
Thank God Left for Group channel, or Looking for Group channel, is no longer default channel.
Rest in peace.
Thank you.
Yes. now you
Baron's
might
chat.
Yeah, now you might actually be able to look for a group.
Yes. So why did you want to bump up the ranked surrender to 15 minutes instead of 10?
Duke.
I think it's just ranked, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just ranked.
Say what?
But why bump up the initial surrender vote in ranked to 15 minutes?
It is ranked.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, you were going to play ranked, you better try.
Come on.
Good enough. Good enough.
You can place a ward farther away now.
You should have been coming into the game with the expectation of playing your best and winning. So
I agree.
5 more minutes should be. If you're trying to be competitive and move up the ranks, then you should want that 5 more minutes. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
IMO.
So some people on your team can't just give up when you're only slightly losing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've seen games turned around in 2 minutes, like completely reversed in 2 minutes. So
one team fight's all it takes.
Yeah, there's some other
feed and concede or feed and concede. #1 strategy.
Cool. So there's some other small things, and then we'll go into the really big ones.
Yeah.
The range for placing wards has been increased, which is cool. So you can throw them farther out now. Less danger.
Several bug fixes in the goodwill system, thank God, because I have yet to see any goodwill. I think. I don't know. I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to it, but still. And they increased the win of the day favor bonus, which is great. It's now up to 150 instead of 100.
Winning.
Yay. Excellent for that.
And they fixed the things where if you're in jump, you are no longer affected. So, for all you people who are really good at jumping and avoiding all that damage, sorry.
Hey, real quick. For wards, Duke, have you seen the range? The new ward range?
I actually haven't. I haven't been in a lot of games since PAX. But and I wasn't warding today because I was just trying hard. As Bart said.
Yeah, I guess I was curious if you could like ward over obstacles and stuff. You know, for example, if you're standing behind I guess where cooldown used to be, whatever you're changing for the jungle now, and then over the wall of some sort.
That is actually a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Maybe Bart can answer in chat if he hears.
Yeah.
I don't know if he touched any wards today either.
Unbelievable.
That's unlikely. Not from what I saw in game.
Wow. So speaking of the jungle, what about these jungle changes?
Yeah, what are the new positions?
Yeah, everything has moved around. Let me actually try and bring up a picture. Well, not to find one.
I have a map. Hold on.
I think cooldown. Wait, I don't know.
Basically, they swapped everything around.
All ogre buffs are on these sides, and all harpy buffs are on the inside.
Yep.
Interesting. I like that.
So how is this going to change level 1 play when you're going to that health buff, or that mana buff, rather? Or both? Are you going to start somewhere else?
Wait. Let me look at the picture.
I found
I'm trying to look at the picture.
Yep, there it is. Freak
Yeah, we're going to bring it up on stream in just a minute.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It seems like if you get your buff stolen on the outside, you're kind of screwed in lane. It seems because you have to go for your only other option is the level 2 buff, which is tougher to take, and it's 700 gold, extra. So I feel like if you get your 1 buff taken, you're at a pretty big disadvantage. But I don't know. I haven't tested it out, so.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Stream.
Oh, crap.
What'd you do?
I fixed it.
What'd you do?
No, it's just because we did that. Huh. Yeah. So, pretty much we were just talking about that there for a second.
Yeah, that apparently no one could hear.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, continue on. Is this really going to affect the jungle that much? The Hand of God has been increased to 700 gold. What does that mean for everything? Big deal?
They're lowering the base cost, I guess, or something on boots. So essentially, they're just taking a step backwards, in my opinion, from putting Hand of Gods to 700 gold. I think they should have just left it at that. And this jungle changes just pretty much puts Bakasur over the top.
Bart said he'd come on and chat for 10.
Cool.
I can't wait for
10
that.
or 4 10.
On for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, bring him on here. Yeah, so we can talk about it. I thought it was interesting that they put the armor buff right in the center for where the cooldown buff used to be.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
For ganks in mid. Yeah, baby.
It made sense, but I don't know.
They did it to counter Thor.
It was like a useful buff.
Never one responds.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Because since it's in a beta, they reserve the right to change it back, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So
it's their game. They reserve the right either way.
Well, you know, when it's live and stuff, you don't want to go around changing everything drastically about the first 15, 20 minutes of the game.
Alakite has it right.
Fixie, can you add Bart to the call?
I don't see him on Skype.
He's on Skype.
He's calling me.
He's on.
Hmm?
Can you tell?
He's on Do Not Disturb, so he may not be in the normal place on your list.
Yeah, tell him to call Fixie instead of me because I'm not hosting the call.
Just message me so I can. I just told him to message me.
Okay. Anyway, so we'll run through these God changes real quick, and then we'll get to our user questions because I'm sure people are chomping at the bit to call up and argue with us about all these various lovely changes. So who wants to go? Hero, I want to hear you tell me about some of these God changes. What do you think about them, and what do you think are the most important ones?
The most important one is best hit. This is a very terrible change. Like, if you wanted to buff best hit, I would literally think about this in another direction. These cats at level 5 are insane enough. I mean, people literally just go under tower and ult, and these cats will chase the enemy and eventually just kill them. Now you can't hand the gods them, and you won't be able to kill them. And now they're gonna have an 850 health at max level. I don't know. I'd like to see this.
650 at level 1. Damn.
Yeah, they 110% increase to the the base health.
I kind of wish it was just like Hands of Gods does half damage to them instead of increasing their total HP.
Yeah, because now you can you probably be able to almost take a tower with just his best step. You put out your cats and...
But they won't attack a tower, will they?
No, but they'll sit there.
They're crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Definitely used a lot more. A whole lot more.
All right, well, what's next then?
I don't know.
After Bakasur or Bastet, what do you think of Bakasur's changes?
A little tweak.
The amount of healing he gets has been reduced a little bit, about for the 30% roughly, all around. And the
like that, it'll be that important.
And the cooldown's been increased a little bit, so it'll take a little bit longer for him to get it back. So it'll take him a little bit longer to completely farm up for his ult, so that can be changed. The one thing I was kind of curious that I didn't see was all I see on Cupid is issue has been resolved where his buff icons would stop updating, and I was looking for more. I kept like highlighting the area to see the hidden text, but it wasn't there. And so then I was just curious. What do you guys think of the lack of Cupid changes?
Where's the Fixie at? Where's the Fixie at?
Yeah, Fixie.
The what changes? Sorry, I'm doing
the lack of Cupid changes.
Cupid's fine.
Okay.
Cupid is fine. I agree.
Cupid's in a great spot right now. Like I said before, it's not hard to dodge his one. Like if he's gonna telegraph it, he has to run into your creep line. He has to make it so there's nobody in between you and him. And if he dashes towards you and there's a heart floating on him, you know he's gonna do that and then ult you. So you can dash, you can leap, you can Aegis, you can Pure Beads, and you can avoid it. And that's where his killing potential is. Because if he can't stun you and you have any mobility at all, he can't sit there and auto attack you, ult you, or do whatever it has to do. He's not so hard to work around.
Cool.
Yeah. Especially now, people have been getting used to playing it, so it's harder to just go in and rape anymore, which is good. I'm a big fan.
I suppose.
So, hello, friends.
So welcome to the call.
Duke. Hey, thanks.
Duke.
Bart.
Duke, you got a lovely family, man. I've never talked to you on Skype, I don't think.
Yeah, you have. I change my picture all the time.
Hey,
okay, got you.
Hey, Bart, I like what you did on your stream today, bro.
Yeah, I love.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Nice Viking helmet, bro. Oh, nice man mode yelling, bro. Oh, nice watermelon comments. bro. So good. Where'd you get this stuff? A drinking game too? Where'd you get all these things from, bro?
Oh, is this your shtick?
It's like everybody's.
All right, how about this? I've never actually watched your stream.
Oh, you're such
How does that feel, man? How does that feel?
Oh.
I'm like, no, Art just every cornerstone in the community put sunglasses on and made one person. Oh, God.
I'm
Captain,
like,
he's Captain Planet of
come together. I'm an amalgamation of all of the best casters. Dude, I rip Breaky CPK's intro.
Go.
Wait. What's the watermelon thing? Did I make a watermelon joke or something?
Yeah, you did, and that's Matty Pocket. It was so funny.
What's the watermelon joke?
You tried a movie trailer voice too? Bro, really?
Wow, everything's copyright? This is like the Call of Duty community also. Killing me.
I'm glad.
Pretty soon you won't be able to use mom jokes either.
I know, it's like, I was doing mom jokes in '86!
I'm glad we had a good example of that Thor too, bro. That 170-14 was pretty good.
Out there, like in a real strong way.
I'm just giving you shit. It was fun. I had a good time watching
The
it.
good news about an hour-long game was that I got to actually go through like every build, like every like iteration of like defensive build to like just full 6-item carry build. Like you got to see kind of the whole thing, even though it was all just kind of dying a lot. But
Well, next time you want to like make a build that's viable and people will believe you, don't put Fatalis in it, homie.
These guys are convinced Fatalis needs to be removed from the game because it's
run speed's really strong. I still think so.
Bart's the greatest troll in MOBA.
Neither one of us are trolling. Run speed is king in Smite. You guys don't get it.
I agree.
Dude, look at Hell's number 3 on her white stance, the heal. That move isn't strong. It's strong because it heals, but that's not what makes it like one of her best skills. What makes it one of her best skills is the AoE run speed. On top of the heavenly agility, it's pretty beast mode.
Oh yeah.
And that gets you out of a lot of sticky situations.
I agree.
So don't be knocking the run speed.
Yeah, but you know, with the why get run speed when you could just get infinite slows with like Frostbound or Gem?
Yeah, true. Very true. I agree. Those are better items, but Fatalis is cheap.
True. There is that.
Like you can rip that out like real early, get it out of the way, have some extra run speed. It lets you go Heartseeker without boots, and have decent run speed, especially as a jungler. I mean, you can sell it too. I mean, it's not like you have to stick with it. Pick up that Frostbound later. I still think it's viable. I don't have a same thing with tribes. Like this will ebb and flow like anything. Eventually, it's gonna be the meta will shift, and Fatalis will be really good or completely non-viable, or will stay the same, or it is how it is.
It'll shift if you keep releasing gods like Thor and everyone just sits in their tower. That'll be the new meta.
I actually think the Lasis is the beat on the new meta. What is that with the creeping curse that you guys have?
Creeping I only do Roambeck with Creeping Curse.
Roambeck.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about. It's been in there for a while. Everyone runs Creeping Curse. There's like 3 Creeping Curses a team.
Yeah,
it's
well,
a
cool
great
then.
item.
It's obviously
awesome.
the new meta.
So,
Wait,
how do you think the Hand of God price change is gonna change the beginning buffs? Like, because the boot prices were changed as well. How do you think that's gonna?
Bless you.
How do you think that's gonna do it?
Dude, gross. Was that a question to me, or was that a question to the audience?
In general. I mean,
Yeah.
you're here. You already know what all the prices are gonna be. So
Yeah.
let's go with you first.
You got to play with it some.
Well, to be fair, I didn't study what the prices are going to be. I'm still, believe it or not, primarily focused on tribes. In terms of the competition side of it, because Smite doesn't have competition really yet until we get the spectator out to you guys, and then I'll be deep down in the nitty gritty. I do play a lot, but I don't necessarily stay up to date with what the absolute cutting edge of the meta is and what exactly the numbers are and the changes. But that being said, I think the cheaper reinforced boots are better to reflect the price, or I'm sorry, the HP5 that they have early now. So you can run, you can still get rank 1 Tabi and the Hand of the Gods and a couple health pots or a couple mana pots, as far as I understand it. So you can, I mean, it doesn't really change.
Okay, so that's pretty much the
that
same.
much. I don't think. I think really the buff positioning is more important to that early game jungle change.
What was the mentality behind making Hand of God more expensive? What was the thinking there? Do you know?
Like why that was chosen as the way to make it less viable?
Yeah.
Or less strong or nerf it or however you say.
Right.
Do I know specifically? No, I don't. I've not only been out of town, I'm also not part of the design team. So I can tell you what I would guess it is. Basically pushing it back when you can pick it up and what your options are with an early game, making it more of an investment. Now, did it did they price it with everything else at the point where it becomes a critical choice? Like, do I get this or that thing? That somehow those two things combined early game made it so that you were much stronger. I don't know the specific thought process around that choice, like why 700 not 750. Or I saw some people, someone talking about in the chat or maybe on Reddit or something, was like there was all these other things they could have chosen that were lined out for them. Why was it why was it just gold increase or whatever? I didn't really dive that deep down into what other people were saying about how it should be changed, but it seems reasonable. Either that or cooldown increase, but cooldown increase, even that, all that does is really slow down your gold rate. It doesn't slow down. It's part of what makes it so strong, which is early game positioning.
Yeah, definitely.
I really hope you guys didn't unintentionally do something good. Because
that would be the worst thing, man.
You can't do.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. It'd be terrible if we did it right and you guys had to eat crow.
I just want you guys to know that you did something good. This was good.
Maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah, love those legs.
I'm sure we'll hear lots about.
Oh, that's fine.
Ah, Justin Bieber has joined us again.
Oh, it was really dark in the room. So
you fling that hair, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want to say is, all you viewers who want to call us up, please do call us up on perfect.rain. Preferably message me so I can throw you in queue. So whether you're playing the game or not playing the game, you will be in queue. And we'll get to bring you on with everybody else here to ask us various questions. Thank you very much.
Yes, you can ask the hi-rez guys whatever you would like.
So what do you guys have for questions for the hi-rez guys while they're here?
I gotta go, guys. See ya.
Oh, bye.
All of a sudden.
Doesn't want to deal with the hard questions, I see. I see.
Trolling.
All right.
Oh, well, let me make sure I have my inputs correct here. And yes, I do.
All
so
right.
we have our first caller here, Mr. Lolcoop. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm always the first caller.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Start us
sir.
off.
All right. It's kind of more of a, I guess, comment and discussion to talk about than a question. But Thor, on him, it doesn't really. I was talking about this with Alakite earlier. It doesn't really seem like his abilities are synergize with each other. They fit his persona as Thor, as in he has a hammer. He's doing all these things with a hammer, but they don't synergize in any way that makes it say, okay, if you use this ability will get stronger in this way. For instance, if you're using Bakasura, you're not seeing a Bakasura use his ultimate unless he's using his 2 6 times before that. So I was just wondering if you think they do match more, or if they're just kind of fitting his persona, really.
You're saying it's more of a hodgepodge of skills that, make up Thor versus kind of a flow.
Like a package.
Right, yeah, it just seems like you gave him he looks fun and everything. It just seems like you gave him abilities that says, okay, Thor's supposed to have a hammer and he bashes the ground, whereas you could have said, this wall will give him something towards another ability or something.
So
anyone.
I think that Baka's definitely an outside example of extreme synergy between skills and reliance, right? You have to have the 6 charges on the 2, and you get cone, and you can put true damage on that cone. All of his skills basically are highly synergistic, where some are not so much. For instance, look at Ra. Ra's skills basically are 2 skill shots nukes, and then a couple of relatively weak AoE damage spells that are utility based. There's not a lot of synergy there between those spells. Maybe that you can slow people down, and as they run away, you can hit them twice with a beam, but more or less, it's not the same kind of thing as Bakasura, right? So Thor's synergy in his spells, I think that he is not as, certainly not as synergistic as Bakasura, or even a Hell, or someone that can debuff and then attack, those types of things. But he does have high utility. I think he's really just going to be a strong ganker primarily. He's kind of a little bit like a roaming Amir in a sense. You can kind of get behind people, you can stun them, then you can CC them relatively well. And I think that the slowing items, the Midgarian Mail, the Frostbound Hammer, the Gem of Isolation, even though it doesn't get any attack damage from it, just the health, the mana, and the slow, especially on that spinning move, it's going to be pretty strong. I mean, I think it's similar also in spirit to like Earthshaker and to like Clockwork Goblin from Dota, in that the real utility is being able to split up team fights, kind of like the wall with Amir. Like that's really where he shines. Because anytime I think a god gets that kind of move, that's really what he does. It's like, okay, he has this crazy utility that can split up team fights. That's what we got to use.
Yeah, especially since that wall of his is rather substantially large.
Long, at least, not necessarily tall. You can still shoot over it, right? There's no.
That's right. Yeah. It doesn't block things. Okay. But that chat is making a good point there, right? That Ra's passive does make his skill centers. That's obviously you spam them to get that run speed. So that's true. But I mean, that's the same thing. Like Thor's passive makes his abilities better. Like he has all these abilities to deal like short range AOE damage, keep people. He's all about like short range, right? You throw the hammer, it comes back, it does more damage. If you're like, obviously it's easier to hit that if you're right up next to him, and he gets more damage depending on how many gods are around him. He can AOE stun. He can split up team fights from auto attack. Like he can steroid himself relatively well, but he's not killing it right now. Like as it stands right now, he's not out there like shutting people down, assassinating them.
I actually just had a thought. Was Thor's ult is going to be relatively useless in the middle of a team fight. Like if you're already in the team fight, is he going to jump straight up in the air and then you're going to have to look down and figure out where you are and then land on them again?
Nobody can chase somebody down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you can pick up the stragglers.
Yeah, easily.
It's like those kind of things, right? You can like just time it. Like you have a very, very precise stun, so like you can do things with, for instance, Ra's ultimate and other large AoE ultimates. Like, okay, let's get 1 second of CC here right now, and you have that luxury as long as it's within that 5-second window. So you can kind of get those kind of things lined up. Maybe like Sobek flicks someone back, and you're relatively sure it's going to hit, so you start channeling the ultimate. He flicks him back, and you come down right on top of him, stun him in place right in front of your team, so you don't have to blow something like a stronger stun, like a Mummify, or chasing down the stragglers and positioning and stealing fire giants, those kind of things.
Cool.
You keep mentioning support. When he does get released, what is he described as? Is he described as a support in game?
He's an assassin.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I don't know what his like description is in the actual like god guide, but as it stands right now,
fighter in game. Yeah,
I think his strongest role is that like that roaming, slowing, ganking machine more than anything.
No, his strongest role is getting banned.
I think it's like a roaming bruiser.
Yeah, it depends on how.
Yeah, more or less. Like you would like he just doesn't have the damage output like Vamana or the survivability, and he doesn't have like the passive based survivability like Amir and Sobek, and or the stat gain like Amir and the passive like Sobek and those kind of things, right? It's just not as he's not that tanky. Like in my experience today playing him, which was my first time playing him, but that was not my experience playing him today. It didn't feel like he was very tanky. If I was game 2, I guess what I'm saying is with my 1 game experience, game 2, I'm playing him with every slow item in the game and roaming.
When you say slow item, would you even possibly consider Gem of Isolation?
Absolutely. 100%.
No, that was a serious question because...
Yeah, no. That was one of the first things I said, right? Was
he already said that.
Yeah.
He gets the health and the mana from it, right? He gets nothing from the scaling, whatever, it doesn't matter. What he does get is 7 seconds of slow when he spins.
Yeah, for sure. That's insane.
Right, so that's what I was saying. You go behind him, you have the Frostbound Hammer, the Midgarian Mail, Gem of Isolation, that's what you build. And you don't even need to reinforce boots, get Boots of Celerity, just go full gank. And just get behind, you ult in behind people, lay down the fissure that slows them while like, if you hit them with it, it slows them, you can trap them in pretty good. Your spin reaches over the fissure if they're like trapped up against a wall, so you don't really have to have like God positioning to make it happen. And you just sit there and slow the crap at everybody. And build enough regen or tanky enough that you can live 3/4 of the time, and it should be pretty effective.
Yeah, it seems legit.
Cool. Well, we have our next caller here. Kevin, would you like to ask your question?
How long is Thor going to be able to stay in the air?
4 seconds?
4 seconds.
4 seconds?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like 3 seconds once you're fully up there, I believe.
Yeah, 3 seconds once you're at your peak. It's 3 seconds.
Okay, 1 second travel time, or charge and travel, and
roughly
3 seconds in the air.
Yeah, channel plus travel is 1 second.
What happens if you don't click after 3 seconds?
So you just fall straight down?
Yeah, if you go look at the VODs a couple times during the stream, I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to hit anything. Basically, the last good target that you had, he tries to go there.
Oh, if you move, okay, if you don't move at all, he'll just go straight down. If you move the targeting beacon anywhere, then he'll go wherever, like Bart said, wherever the last place is that your cursor was.
Nice. That might make targeting a bit easier.
Or harder. I mean, it could be unintentionally going into a bad situation. Like, you get up there, you look around, you can't quite find the right spot, and then, whoa, you're off to that direction. Because you didn't cancel it.
We did learn today, however, that you can go through the fire giant volcano.
Yeah. Nice.
See, we asked that earlier. Cool. All right. Any other questions, Kevin?
When you're performing the ult, like when you're getting ready to go up in the air, if someone hits you, does that cancel it, or do you still go up?
It's a CC immune channel.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
All right, cool beans.
Is it CC immune in the same way that Ymir is CC immune, as in it's not CC immune at the very beginning of it?
I'm sure that there is like some minute amount of like he started the spinning animation, but the invulnerability doesn't start for some fraction of a second, and if you get it just right, yes.
Okay.
I mean that's kind of like it's like you think about it like a fighting game, right? Like there's probably like 6 frames at 30 frames a second. It's a fifth of a second, you know, that you can hit him. It's too fast to react. You have to just be doing it, sort of thing.
Okay.
Or be lasses.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you for your call, sir.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Thank you. All right, we have a question here from a. I don't even want to begin how to pronounce that name. Oh, Freak D. Let's see, what's this question? In a ranked games, when you dominate in a losing team, example like you're 15-3, why do you lose such a huge amount as a bad non-feeder person does? And can you give some insight on where ranked is going to move to make it more enjoyable? Oh, yeah. You got that.
What?
Let me read it.
That's not a loaded question at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me summarize that. Basically, the guy's saying, hey, I didn't feed, but the rest of my team did. I did okay.
Right.
But I was on the losing team, so I lose the same amount as these other scrubs on my team. So why? That's what he's saying. But neither one of us can really answer that question. But go ahead, Paul.
He also said it's fun to play ranked, except for that it's not fun. When are you going to make it more fun?
Right, basically. Yeah.
All the contradictions.
But yeah, there's really not too much to say about that. I mean, it's a beta game.
Yeah.
That's kind of the answer to that one. It's like
it's just the way it is right now.
Queue is new technology for us, right? I mean, we're still working on all kinds of things with it. So just stay patient. It's and honestly, like as a community, we're gonna get a lot farther if people are talking about like this is what I don't like about it, not like when are you gonna fix how ranked is broken. Like because honestly, that doesn't really do anyone any good. Just to be like. This is broken. Like we get that all the time in our other games as well, and we'll get into this too. But like just sure. To the people watching while the community's still small, like just if you talk about problems like when are you gonna fix how Bakasura is like broken Bakasura? Like when are you gonna fix him? Like he doesn't need to be fixed. He needs to be changed, right? To say those things is just like and the developers here and they're like, what do you mean fixed? Pretty sure he's working as intended, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, just in general, when we talk about things like that, like it's not like when are you gonna fix like your stupid mistakes and make it better? So, like to say like I didn't like this, man, this really sucked when this happened is like way better for me. It makes my job so much easier because I can take that and like literally like copy paste it and put it in a document and send it to someone, right?
Yeah.
And be like, this is what the community's saying tonight on Beyond the Rift, which is what we do, and that's different than being like, okay, I got to take these things and then look through them, take out all the like loaded language and be like, okay, here's like. In general, people are concerned that the matchmaking queue is not properly rewarding them if they do well on a losing team or do poorly on a winning team. Right? That's what I take away. But you being like, mean to me makes me sad.
Oh. Very true. Very true. Well, we do have our next caller here, Mr. Preach.
Me too, bro. Me too.
And here goes Travis in the chat. We are soon going to be modifying rankings based on your personal contributions in matches, KDA, gold, earn, etc., relative to your team as well. There you go. So there you go.
Holy crap!
That's
Speed
how you
talking,
talk
Duke.
fast, Duke.
Bart.
Yes.
Holy
crap. Take notes.
Well, I know Bart talks fast. I don't.
That's what I do.
Sorry.
That's what I do for a living.
I deal with it. God.
To summarize, Travis said in chat that they're going to be refining ranked to make it more about the personal, what you do in the ranked game versus what your team does. So if you do well in a ranked game, but you still lose,
no, you can't turn back. You said that.
Yeah, you said doo-doo.
You said doo-doo on your stream. You said it.
You will. Yeah. So anyway, let's get to Preach's question here.
What do you got for us, Preach?
My question is that, with every new god that's come out, a lot of people, they make their predictions. I want to know, how is the balance for the older gods going to be changed up as the newer gods get added in?
Sure. Power creep is something that is you try to not have happen. I think it just happens. Like, I've never seen a MOBA game where the gods don't get stronger, and I don't think the designers go into it like we're gonna have everything just get stronger as it comes out. I think that it's just like some kind of weird natural confluence that happens.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like, it's not like one of those like it's always up sort of thing. Like, there's gods that come out that are strong and are stronger than any other god or champion or hero or what have you, and then there's ones that aren't. And I think everything needs, like, my hope for Smite is like more like how Heroes of Newerth approaches MOBA, I think, than like Dota, for instance, where like the old gods are like classics and you don't mess with them. Like, it's kind of like, okay, let's try to make them better because they're not performing well in the metagame. So hopefully that's the case with Smite. If it moves like way away from something that's a core mechanic on an early god, well, hopefully he gets like some buffs and some changes so that it stays relevant.
Maybe an escape or a leap dash.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, I mean, if it's like, gods that every god that comes out after a certain point has a movement mechanic, and there's old gods that don't, like Artemis. Like, I don't think that's going to be the case where it's going to be like everybody will be
like Artemis.
Everyone will have a movement ability, and Artemis is somehow in a world without a movement ability. But it'll I hope to see that personally, like that we continue to keep everything fun and relevant.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Preach.
Thank you.
All right.
We're going to have to take a couple more questions, and we're going to have to wrap it up soon. I want Hero and Lessis to, say some more things. You guys have been very quiet, mostly because there hasn't been many questions directed to you, and Alakite, too.
Nah. Someone took my Raiden hat.
What?
And put it back on the lamp. Check. So,
yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts. Has there anything been bugging you this past couple of weeks? Let's go with Lessis first.
Honestly, man, unfortunately, this game has been the reason I've had no social life for the past 3.5 or so months. And, I can't be awesome as many of the people in a closed beta right now and have a problem with the game. I enjoy everything right now, man. I enjoy where everything's at. Like I said, the only thing I have worried right now is about freaking Thor ganking me with 12 other people. And other than that, man, I just appreciate things the way they are. So, Smite's just awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The hi-rez dudes, like I said, they participate in everything. And, like I say this as an example all the time. You get hi-rez Duke at like 3 in the morning answering questions for people when he's not even on the clock. And it just shows you how dedicated they are to the actual community. And then you have people just, there's just so many little things in this game that's just not worth complaining about. It's a beta, for crying out loud, as I mentioned. So, I love the game, man. That's all I got to say. So, I can't complain.
I feel like you're going to get magical hi-rez people coming into your games as Thor and jumping on your face now.
I would be so pissed.
This has to happen.
Yes, now it has to happen.
2 Thors.
Suddenly 5 more people join the game on the enemy team and jump Cease as Thor. Yeah, 5 Thors in the game.
They all just do it all at once.
Oh god, this yes.
It will happen.
Hero, is there anything that's been bugging you since you have this lovely venue? Please get it off your chest.
Yes.
Nothing's really bugging me right now. I mean, the game is going where I'd like it to be. I mean, HiRez is doing a great job. Only thing that's bugging me really right now is Odin. That's really all I can complain about.
What is wrong with Odin? Not strong enough or too strong?
He's just a little strong right now.
Oh. I see. Really?
He has a problem with the Allfather.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Odin mid.
That's a shame. So we have a question here. When Smite is released, are you guys going to reset the ranks or what? Like, are you going to reset the ELO?
Oh, ELO maybe. That I don't know.
But
progression in terms of like your meta level and your gods and your skins and your stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely
that'll
not.
be maintained.
No, that'll.
Elo, it would make sense to me to at least normalize it, like get everyone centered back around, the mean, and let them redistribute.
Okay. Cool. And any ETA on custom games, like actual custom games?
So I didn't play League of Legends, so you have to tell me what an actual custom game is. In League of Legends.
Where it doesn't affect your win-loss ratio when you finish the game.
Open line.
Okay. That's really the main concern. Like that's all that's missing from us having custom games.
Pretty much.
Anybody else have an argument?
Yeah,
for that?
I mean because it affects your solo queue elo and.
Yeah, I mean it affects a lot of.
Yeah.
Because there's times when you want to say like if the Reason Gaming and North America scrim each other and say they just want to try something completely outlandish that they know they're probably not going to win, but they just want to try it. Maybe they won't try it because it might affect their ELO. It's stuff like that where they would prefer just to not have to worry about it. So
just basically like having the challenge matches not affect your ranked
right. Have that option.
Public queue matchmaking. I mean, it doesn't need. I don't think it needs to be an option. It should just be maybe the norm. I think if that's something that's important to the community, like if that's really like the thing.
I don't know. What do you guys?
I can push that forward and see. I can't imagine that's like a huge problem. But if that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of studio we are. If that's like a big problem for you guys, you should just let us know, and then we'll talk about it. And if it's doable, we'll try to do it for you.
I could be wrong, but I was under the impression that it doesn't affect. Have you guys seen it actually affect your ratings and stuff?
Well, I mean, it affects your win-loss ratio for sure.
I think it just affects the reporting on the win-loss ratio in the UI, which is like not. I'm guessing here, but I'm going to say that is completely non-representative of the numbers that go into your actual like ranking in terms of like public play. Like that's probably just like some higher level. Like here's how many games he's won and lost. Period. Okay. End of story. So. Well,
does it actually affect your ELO, the challenge matches?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't.
Yeah, that's the same assumption I'm making, but I mean that's based on things I've heard. So
well, if you want to,
it is technically an assumption. If Travis is still around, he could tell us, I'm sure. But
yeah, if you want to clarify
whether it does or not, I agree that it probably shouldn't.
Yeah, because I mean, what do you guys think?
But I get the win-loss thing. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
Do you think that would that help improve anything at all if we had a mode where it doesn't affect your ELO, but you guys can just play against each other and screw around and not have to worry about it?
Or you can do fun things like APAMs.
Yeah, doing APAMs and stuff like that won't. Oh god, I lost 10 APAMs in a row. Now I'm negative 50 ELO. Nobody's listening.
Do you care that much, really?
Apparently he does.
Is Fixie even here?
About 50 ranking in a public queue.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you guys are so demanding.
I'm just.
I don't know to say that we would have, where you wouldn't. I mean,
custom games are on the roadmap. It's a windy road.
It doesn't.
All right. Thank you, Travis.
Good enough. Okay.
All right. Travis, come here and say something.
Yes, he did. He says they're working on it. It'll be a while.
Oh, there you go.
Great. Oh, here's a good question. When will we be able to play more than one ranked match every hour?
Yeah.
That's I would imagine primarily as the community grows more and more sort of thing. Like, okay, now there's enough players for us to really facilitate lots of full matches every 30 minutes. There's some of that. There's some of not wanting people to be playing that exclusively because we do need beta testing as well of all levels of play. And if this is overpowered in some moderately better player's hand, and he all of a sudden is going 25-1 every game because he's playing Thor, then we need to know that too. So those are the kind of factors that go into that. But I think we hear you when you say that you want to play more ranked more often.
Gotcha.
One of my roommates is dying to something in Diablo apparently.
Nice.
Hey, I guess that's a question. I'm sure it's been asked, but I was sleeping. I guess any idea when the region selection is going to happen?
Yes.
Still in the works?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. Why are you trying to play against EUs?
It's about the
ping. I love your observers. Yeah. I love when arrows shoot out my butt.
Yeah. Or your
this guy, he's like, I had nothing to complain about except for those European servers and butt arrows. What is this?
That's all. Game's well done. Servers.
I mean, seriously, every time it seems like you want to play a skill shot heavy champ, it's like, oh, EU server, no way. Or actually, Sobek, lol, no.
Dude, can I go public with this challenge here?
Yeah.
No, I said
okay, yeah, go ahead. It's in writing. So
I gotta read this. Hold up.
Duke said if I can go 20-0 on Thor tomorrow, he'll come on my stream and sing an appropriate song.
Nice.
What's an appropriate song? I think it should be It's Raining Men. Can it be It's Raining Men?
Yes, that is a very appropriate song.
Okay, 5v5 challenge match time. Let's all just feed Big.
I'm not singing that.
Oh, come on, dude. You said that is the most appropriate song. What song could be more appropriate than It's Raining Men for Thor?
That is true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I don't believe we'll do it, so I'll sing.
Hallelujah, it's raining.
Hey, you never
If
said
you can
what
pull
kind
it
of
off,
do it.
I'll sing like hard.
I'll give it to you for free, baby. You drank a bottle of meat on stream today.
You never said what kind of queue it has to be, so you could just go in challenge match and feed Pixie all day.
No, it'll be legit. It's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a problem with Thor the way he is right now. It really won't be a challenge.
That
20 now. Do you think Thor's overpowered right now?
I feel like his passive is stronger than it really should be. I feel like it should be a scaling passive. And I think he's a little strong on the mobility side.
Wait, a scaling passive? What do you mean? Oh, like early game is too strong?
Yeah, early game. Like if you go and you get into like a little 3v3 or a 2v3 team fight at a buff, that 60 extra damage is literally equivalent to having another god there with you.
Yeah, he's boss mode.
Yeah, I think that's just that's a little too much. Like a scaling passive would be cool. Like, and I'm not worried about his. Like, I feel like he's got a cool skill set. He's gonna be a lot of fun to play. I just feel like he's gonna snowball way too hard. I can play physical snowball items on him and just sit there and get a kill like every 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll be 24-0 by the end of the game. I just feel like it's gonna be too easy for him to snowball, dude. That passive is way too tough.
Yeah, it would be interesting. So we have a caller here. We have Captain Slappy. What is your question, sir?
My question is for Lasses. Have you actually done anything to plan against Thor ganking you with 12 people mid?
Oh,
a lot of people. Drew being trolled already, man. Look at the patch at.
I don't know, man. By an Aegis at level 1.
Yellow buff, bro.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Heavenly agility.
No comment, dude.
Yep, heavenly agility.
Okay, that works for me.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We have to.
Yeah, we want to.
And it seems we are running right in at our time limit. So thank you all guys for joining us. And before we go, though, I want to give Lassis and Hero GG a good shout out. They are the 2 of the brand new members of Reason Gaming, which Fixie is also involved in, as you heard at the beginning. So, Lassis, give us your shout outs.
Oh. Well, I as always, rest in peace, Raiden. He couldn't join us today.
Yeah.
This guy, he supplied some good entertainment. Also, I always got to give the old brown nose shout outs to the hi-rez guys. Say, man, I love this game so much, man. You guys are the reason I have no life, soon probably to have no girlfriend and no job. Kudos, thank
you.
And let's see, just freaking community keeps growing, man. Badass. Let's keep it up. I love it. Pretty much my short shout out.
Cool. Yeah. I hear you have a Twitter account now. What is it?
Twitter. I have a Twitter account, guys, that I'm trying to learn to use. I tweet once in a while. And it's RG_Lasses, and we can all tweet together. We can change the world.
Yes.
Very nice.
Awesome. Hero, what's your shout out that you would have?
Shout outs to Reason Gaming and the new team and everyone for making this team happen. Shout outs to hi-rez for making a good game. I love it. Shout outs to you guys for doing this show for the community. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And shout out to all the people who support us. There's a lot out there, and I just want to say thank you. That's pretty much it.
Well, sweet. Duke, you have any shout outs?
Shout out to me.
I agree.
Yes. Shout out to the Duke.
I have a Twitter now too because I want e-fames like Bart. I want to be just like Bart. But yeah, twitter.com/hi-rez. And Bart and I both are always, announcing when we're going to be giving stuff away and stuff like that, and when we're going to be streaming and all that jazz. So, yeah, shout out to Bart for being the best esports manager in all the world. At least the fastest talking. And to Team Lo-Fi.
Team Lo-Fi, best team.
Team Lo-Fi. Very nice. Very
Awesome.
nice.
Best
Bart?
team in Antarctica.
Have we done Hero? Bart, what's your shout out, sir?
What? Yeah, shout outs?
Yep.
Twitter time.
Shout out to hi-rez Kate on Twitter. Twitter.com/hi-rez-kate. Twitch.tv/hi-rez-kate. Well, let's just get that out of the way. I just am feeling myself. Kind of naughty. That's pretty much. That's all I really need you guys to know.
What just happened?
Damn.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this an intimate moment, and you guys are just cutting up. It was gonna be a beautiful thing.
That was exciting.
No, I got no shout outs, man. I got thanks to you guys and all the community shows. It's awesome to get to learn about my own game through listening to people that played a lot more than I do talk about it, and then Theorycraft and come in the office and watch our internal play test like today, where my team got 4 meditations.
That was good.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, it's cool to get to see people enjoy the game, and I look forward to Smite competition in a big way. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that we'll be seeing all kinds of cool stuff happening, and I think that the reception internationally has been really cool as well. Like there's a big community in France and Western Europe and
France is
huge. Smite France, like Smite-Europe, I think. Smite Europe is really, really big. Like was Smite France?
Smite
Europe. Like so there's good all around the world there's a lot of vigor and steel and zest in people about Smite, and it's cool to see.
Gotta love the zest.
Basically at this point it's just get your friends involved. I mean, let me or Duke know. My email is bart@hirezstudios.com. Like that, it's here. I'll write it in the chat for you. Bart@hirezstudios.com. There you go. Like, email me if you have 10 friends that want to play Smite. Send me a list of emails and their name, first name, last name, email address, and I will send them a beta key.
Nice.
You can hit me up on and you can send Duke. We've been letting people PM Duke on Twitch, like PM hi-rez Duke on Twitch if you need a beta key, and even better if you have a list of 50 people that need beta keys. Right? It's somebody that works in the studio. So if you're here, this is a small community right now. I mean, it's 200 people watching this. Feel free to send me an email and send me a list of names, and I'll hook you up.
We're gonna come steal all your beta keys next month.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna come. Guys.
What is it? Who else coming?
Everybody here.
Maybe
and
except
then
Hero.
Wolf
Is Hero?
B
Hero
and
too.
Matty Pocket.
Oh my god.
Hero might
Hero's
not be
coming
coming.
too?
I don't think Hero's coming. So everybody here but Hero, and then Maddie and Wolfie as well.
It's all up, bros.
Yep.
We're gonna roll Maddie.
Figured it out, bro.
I like beer.
It's gonna be awesome.
Cool.
Oh god.
And if Gabe ever hits
Go
me
get
back up
barbecue.
on Skype, dude, he hasn't got me back to me yet. I'm gonna throw something at him when I see him.
Well, you gotta coordinate that with Gabe.
Yeah, well, that's where Duke sent me to Gabe.
Ow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ow.
He's the one who does it all the time now.
Deflection. You got deflected, dog.
I'm gonna blow up his voicemail, then, dude. I gave him a chance. I just let Skype go, but
Hang on, I'll send him a message right now.
What do you have to schedule?
our visit to
Coming
the
and
studio.
touring?
Our field trip.
Yeah, we're gonna come see you guys.
3-day weekend or something. It's gonna take 3 days. We're gonna come.
Take
We're
some
gonna do
video.
some interviews. We're gonna stream from
On
the
the-
office.
Yeah.
For a weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to do a weekend. If we
I mean,
come to
that's
the office.
not gonna do much good. There's not gonna be there.
All right.
I mean, there'll be people there, but it'll be maybe 3 to 7 people there over the weekend.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were trying to do the weekend. You didn't tell me that.
All right, so we're trying to come.
Oh, we're
the
doing
week
Friday
then.
too.
The week.
So.
Week is fine for me. I'd prefer the week.
I do the week as well.
I'm fine with that.
All right,
Oh,
we
fine,
will
all you
redo
people that
this.
have vacation and don't work
Right.
regular jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
You
Send me an email,
jerks.
and I'll push it through Gabe.
All right, thanks.
Great. Well, we'll work on it out.
For you.
Well, we must wrap this up.
Yeah.
Fixie, do you have anything last things to say? Shout outs? Quick.
And then
Uh,
we'll
hi-rez for putting up with my backlash, taking it all in stride. The community, everybody that plays, all the pros, all the teams, all the guys that come in here and talk smack in the stream to help bring the community together. Everybody that will show up from my 24-hour charity stream tomorrow to help a friend's mother in need. Try and cure her with breast cancer, give her some money for her chemotherapy and stuff. And everybody I play with, against, or talk to while streaming, off stream, anywhere. It's a big thing. It's going to continue to grow. You all know I'm super passionate about it. If there's anything I can ever do to help this game get on the limelight where it belongs, let me know and I'll do it.
Sick.
Sweet. Alakite, any really quick shoutouts?
I don't want to give all the hate shoutouts.
Okay, fine. You don't have to do any.
Yeah.
We skip you.
I'll do it for you. I got a pretty sweet dog and a cool backwards hat. I'm real good at Smite, and it's been a lot of fun getting a shot at that, guys.
Yep, and he's got an archery range.
Yeah, he does. Yep. Archery range in his backyard. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. You can follow me at Demon Machine on Twitter. We do this every Thursday night. If you don't already know that, please check out blgaming.com. We're constantly updating it with new information.
And we have
seems
guides.
to be like, we have guides. If you have a need for guides, you want to learn how to play said god, I think we now have at least one guide for every god.
Yep.
Our EU team was making sure to fix that up with us today. Fix that up for us
And
today.
anybody can add the guides for the gods, and
yeah. Anybody can add them, anybody can make them, and anybody can vote on them. So please do vote them up and down whether you like them or not, because some of them are very bad and some of them are very good. So that is that. I'm your host, Demon Machine, and
Rebel Zero.
See you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.
Later.